Hey there, guys. Juri was having some problems with the Scorn of Gilgamesh trial, so I'm going to be showing a way that we can do it using units he owns and getting the trial done pretty easily. We're not going to be going for all missions, we're just getting him the Muramasa Katana from the Gilgamesh fight, or the Scorn of Gilgamesh, which is a really nice katana, and he's a newer player, and this is something that he would like to get. He does have these units that I'm using in this video, so this is stuff he has access to. So we're going to be doing Charlotte. All she's going to do is provoke on turn 1 and just soak the single target hits. She may even die. We're not covering, we're just going for a turn 1 protection. We're going to use Myra as our healer. She's going to buff mitigation and re-raise on turn 1, and she'll imperil on turn 2. We're going to use Laswell for dispelling the boss's buffs. Now this is important. We're dual wielding a water weapon and an earth weapon, because we do want to seal water and earth on this boss. Other than that, he's just naked, and he's chosen because he has Finger Snap. Now you can do this with anyone that can use Finger Snap. You can put someone on Odin with Finger Snap and just dual wield these weapons if you don't want to pull with Laswell, whatever. But we want to hit him with water and earth on turn 1, and we want to use and we want to dispel the buffs. We're going to use Sylvie. Her gear is not important. She's bulky enough to survive with this stats. This is all just free gear that is available from the game, easy trials. And we're using Noctis. Now my Noctis is geared and just free equipment. We're using the Ragnarok and the Lightbringer from 10 Mans, the Catastrophic set from Chamber of Vengeance, Omega Metal and Bomb Ring from the trials from 2 years ago. And we're using some human killers from, again, Chamber of Arms and his own TMR. So he's got low attack. We're not using any actual TMRs except for his own. And the friend we're grabbing is just a random friend. Unfortunately, all my Noctis friends, like every single Noctis friend on my entire list, is just super well geared just because I'm a long-time player. So I'm taking a 3,000 attack Noctis, which I realize, Juri, you may not have a Noctis this well on your friends list. If you can't find a good Noctis friend, hit me up. I'll add you as a friend and get you. I'll set my Noctis for you. That's even better than this one because this one's actually not built entirely for what we're doing. But yeah, just grab a Noctis. Noctis is a really powerful unit for this fight. So the fact that you do have Noctis, Juri, this is going to make it super easy. You don't need a super well geared Noctis. All right, so during this. Gilgamesh is going to ambush with a buff on himself. That's something that people sometimes miss and don't realize. You need to dispel this buff, or it's just going to be a problem. So we're going to use Laswell, and we're going to Finger Snap. That wasn't actually Finger Snap. We're going to Finger Snap. That's going to dispel the boss's buffs, and it's also going to seal water and earth. Now you said you don't have passive provoke gear, so we're just going to use Attract Wall with Charlotte, which provokes for the single target. Myra is going to dual cast. We're going to dual cast Live Conjure for the AoE re-raise, and Roaring Crowd for the mitigation. That also gives a fire and holy resist buff to our Charlotte, which is going to help because we're not sealing fire or holy. Sylvie is going to double the fun. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to use Hop to the Rescue. This is going to break the boss's attack and magic, and we're going to use that on Charlotte. And we're also going to do a Protective Vines, which is going to be physical mitigation, because the boss is going to do some physical attacks on the team. Now Noctis, you're going to want a Quintuple ability. Now we're not worried about damage on turn 1, just survival, so we're going to use Warp Dodge, True King Awakened. We're going to do Sword of the Tall. That's going to be a boost against humans. It doesn't really matter what else we do. We can do a Sword of the Wise and then an attack. And we're not chaining or anything, so that's fine. Warp Dodge is going to dodge some attacks. True King is going to stat buff him. Sword of the Tall. Anything else is fine. And then Point Blank Warp Strike is your last attack. Now this is going to deal no damage. Oh, actually we're using Excalibur, so mine did a little bit of damage. Alright, so there goes the Laswell. We don't really care about him. Alright, there's the attacks on Charlotte. And the single target stuff. And again, your team should easily survive this first turn. Because we broke the boss, we did general mitigation with Myra, we did physical mitigation with Sylvie. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to use Sylvie to Fun Times ×2 And we're going to use Glitter Egg, which is a holy imbue, on my Noctis and the friend Noctis. So now they're both imbued with holy element. Now we're going to use Myra to Piercing Voice, and that's going to imperil the boss to holy element. And now we're going to chain our Noctis' limit burst. Now you want to chain these really well, and this should just take out the boss right here. There it is. So as you saw, my Noctis was using 100% free gear. It was only 2200 attack power, not a problem. The friend Noctis was pretty well geared. And we went on turn 2, and we get you that nice Katana. Now you're going to fail 2 of the missions, because we didn't deal all the elemental damage, and we didn't use 8 limit burst. So you're not going to get the, I think it's the Mogul and the Unit of Choice ticket. You can come back to those later in the future when your account is more powerful. But that's going to get you that really nice Katana, which you can use on your Noctis, and you can now, have a stronger Noctis. And again, if you can't find a properly geared Noctis or a strong Noctis, hit me up on Discord, and I'll add you to my friends list for the weekend, and you can get that done. My friends list is usually full, so I don't add a lot of people, but I'll make room for you and get that done for you for this weekend. So hopefully this has been helpful to Juri and anyone else that's maybe stuck on the Gilgamesh trial and happens to own a Noctis. There's a quick and easy way to do it. All right, we'll see you guys later.